Hello, and welcome to Ice is Slippery, an unserious podcast about hockey brought to you by 1.5 hockey fans. My name is Kate, and I'm the hockey fan.
And my name is Fred. I am half a hockey fan.
Hello, Fred. How are you today?
I am great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. For once, I was the one on top of my game today.
Wow, man, I'm just dropping the ball all over the place. My thoughts are just running wild.
It's okay. We're 50-something episodes deep into this podcast, and this is the, I think, first time I've been ready on time.
True.
So, you're allowed to have one time when you're out late birding.
Yeah, I was in the middle of a natural area, just
playing with your camera,
unaware of the time.
Yes, as one does. Usually I'm the one frantically writing up an outline last minute for this podcast, but I was prepared for once in my life.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Probably worse than ever, right?
Honestly, because usually I thrive when I'm winging it.
Well, we'll see. I
guess we will. As per usual, I'm going to open the episode with our standard segment. It's time for the injury report.
I get knocked down.
On Tuesday, Darcy Kuemper left the Kings versus Stars game after getting hit in the head during a collision. Mikko Rantanen was involved, so according to the hockey subreddit, it was 1,000% his faults and also the faults of Jamie Benn, who turned him evil.
Dude's a thug.
He's just the absolute worst. He's a monster.
He's right out of Grand Theft Auto or something.
Yes, just the worst criminal.
Yep.
He's the worst ice criminal since Mason Marchment.
Yeah, right.
But more violent and less of a twerp.
Right.
So he commits felonies and not ice felonies and not ice misdemeanors.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's beyond the scope of my practice, unfortunately. Well, hopefully Kuemper bounces back soon. It does look like he's expected to be back within a week, maybe.
Okay, so not like a bad concussion or anything.
It doesn't look like
maybe just like a neck thing.
It might be more concussion protocol than anything else. So
yeah, I have seen a lot of goalies get injured now in my time, and it always does seem weak when a goalie gets injured. I don't know if they're just not as tough as the other guys or whatever, but like the hits never seem that hard that knock them out most of the time.
I wonder if it's because they're at a standstill. So they don't have, they're just kind of there. And then there's so much momentum coming at them.
Yeah, that could be.
That could be part of it. So basically during the game, Mikko Rantanen was trying to, play the puck, and a Kings player sent him into the goalie. But because Mikko Rantanen has had sort of a history this year, people have decided that it was intentional and he's the devil.
I don't know. I see mixed bag of thoughts on this one online. A lot of people are like, wow, what a soft hit. Kuemper is weak. And then I see people like there's Dirty Rantanen. And I mean, there was no penalty on it. It did not look that bad at the time. It definitely didn't look intentional. And Rantanen used to play with him, right? Like they
used to play together. Yes. Kuemper was the goalie for the Abs when they won the Stanley Cup.
Right. So, I mean, maybe Kuemper did him dirty or left like a bad voicemail or something.
I mean, Bennett played with Stolars and
yeah, but Bennett's a crazy man though.
Bennett is a menace.
Bennett just sees red when he sees a goalie.
Yeah, I will admit I do think Mikko Rantanen can be a bit reckless with his body, but in this case, I really do think it was just incidental. It's just he's playing really hard, and this is just one of those things.
Yep. No.
But anyway, hoping for the best for Kuemper. It looks like he should be back soon.
Good.
On Wednesday, the Flyers announced that Tyson Foerster underwent successful surgery on his arm, but he will miss approximately 5 months. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess I haven't seen him. I forgot that he was kind of gone. I don't pay too much attention, as you know.
Yeah, well, we haven't gotten to see tons of Flyers games lately just because of scheduling conflicts and things. So we weren't watching the game where he had to exit early with an injury. I think we might have seen a clip of it. He just took a shot and then his arm just looked bad after that. So kind of a freak injury. He did have, I think, an injured bicep over the summer, and then he got an infection and is a big thing. So not sure if that's what it is, but he will be out for 5 months, it looks like, which is unfortunate because he's been really looking great.
No, he was doing great. Yeah,
he's been fantastic. And also goalie Dan Vladar is day-to-day for the Flyers currently, which is alarming because he is a big part of the reason why the Flyers are doing unexpectedly well right now.
And they don't suck because he's pretty okay.
He is doing really, really well for them. And no Dan Vladar, that's going to be a struggle for the Flyers. So hopefully whatever is going on, it's maybe just a quick illness and he'll be right back.
Sure.
But they did call up Kolosov the other day on an emergency basis. So,
I mean, people liked him, sort of, ish. And at least he knows how to play in the NHL. He's not like an e-bug, which we've been seeing a lot of.
I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I'm hoping it's really just like a day-to-day thing.
You're being very kind to Kolosov.
I'm going to just be very kind to him. Speaking of goalies, on Thursday, Edmonton's new goalie, Tristan Jarry, left the game with a lower body injury after stretching to make a save. There is no timeline for his return, but he was just placed on IR, so he will miss at least a week.
Wow. So funny.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, so Edmonton traded Stuart Skinner for a guy who has Stuart Skinner-like stats, but also a major injury history.
Right. He's known for getting wonky, right?
It is kind of a thing with him. So yeah, that's certainly choices were made. Edmonton continues to be baffling and Jarry continues to not be there. So
yeah, I wonder what it's like in McDavid's brain, like when Jarry went out. Like he definitely had thoughts about that.
I feel really bad for him, honestly. Right? I just don't know what to believe anymore. Yeah. So I feel like he stuck around for Leon and now he's maybe having his concerns.
Right. Because like you can still live in Edmonton and have that be his home base, but I think maybe he needs a change of scenery at this point.
At this point, I'm like, McDavid to Buffalo.
Right.
Let him go to Buffalo and turn that team around.
I think so.
He needs to do something wild.
There's good
crazy
players on that team. So like.
There is. Well, we'll get into Buffalo in a little bit, but we're still in the injury report and there are still quite a ways to go through that.
Wow.
On Friday, Seth Jarvis of the Hurricanes got tripped by Evan Rodriguez and went hard into the goal. He was injured, and so far what we know is that it is, quote, not good and that he will be out for, quote, a while.
That's very, very descriptive.
Rod Brindamore is such a way with words.
Yeah.
Rodriguez is on the Panthers, so there was no call on the play. And
absolutely.
There will be no supplemental discipline. He got tripped while he was going in for a goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also the Hurricanes lost that game, so that sucked. And then speaking of the Panthers, they played the Lightning on Monday, where Brandon Hagel took a high hit to the head from Seth Jones. Once again, there is no call on the play or supplemental discipline. Hagel left the game and is now on IR. This is the third time Hagel has been hit in the head by a Panthers player since April of 2025.
Wow. Oh, 2025. Yeah.
Yes.
So not even a year yet.
Not even a year yet. So this is it's starting to feel a little calculated at this point. I guess Hagel did have a bad hit on Barkov at one point, but it's just feeling not great.
Like Barkov way back, right? Not like last year?
Right. And also, Hagel's got a pretty bad concussion history. I mean, I feel like at this point, it's like attempted murder every time they hit him in the head. It's not cool.
I don't know about them boys there.
They're dangerous.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous bunch there. On Saturday, Frank Nazar caught a puck to the face at a relatively close range, and he missed the rest of the game. And in the post-game, the head coach said he will miss more time for sure. Approximately 4 weeks is what it's sounding like.
Okay.
So that's a tough break for Chicago, who is already missing Connor Bedard after his freak injury during a face-off last week. There is no definitive timeline for his return, but it won't be before the new year.
Yeah, they're kind of cooked for this year, huh?
They were showing some promise, but they still have a ways to go. I don't think they're as far along in the rebuild as, say, the Sharks are,
right? Who
are still not perfect, but are definitely showing much larger strides, let's say.
Yeah.
This week, Tyler Seguin had surgery to repair the ACL in his right knee. He is definitely out for the regular season, but they haven't made the call on playoffs yet. They will reevaluate after the Olympic break and see where we stand. Luckily, only he and Leon Bischel are currently injured, so we don't need to rush to make decisions to bring in a replacement. So, I mean, yeah, the Stars, I guess, are finally breaking some of the injury luck, but I still just feel terrible for Seguin.
Yeah, no, I won't make you sad with my thoughts on Seguin, but
please don't. I'm in complete denial. He's going to be fine. He'll be back. He'll show up for the playoffs and we'll win a cup, and then he and Jamie can ride off into the sunset together, and everything's going to be cool. And Tyler will retire a year early, and we'll have all of his money, and we'll bring back Mason Marchment and shut up.
Wow. I love your Stars fanfic over there.
Listen, I can hallucinate with the best of them. It's kind of a skill that I have. I'm just dissociating and living in my own happy little world here. And that's great.
I know that I did say this week, well, they're all injured, but yeah, I guess they're not. Like you had to break it down like, no, most of the people are back now.
Right. Because you were confused about why they weren't putting
just like
him on LTIR or season ending LTIR.
Right.
And why they were waiting. Because they're like, you were like, well, don't they need to bring somebody in? And I said, no, pretty much everyone's back. And you were like, what? But yeah, they really are. So slowly but surely, the Stars are rebuilding.
Yep.
And that's good news. So we'll see how that goes, though. I'm not holding my breath because we do seem to remain cursed. And finally, I will end the injury report on some good news.
Is it somebody who got injured and they're real excited about?
No, that would be awful of me. And so I will not do that this time. The New Jersey Devils are playing tonight, and rumor has it that Jack Hughes will be back in the lineup.
Oh, good for him. Yeah, that is good news.
Yes, I just hope nobody sends him into the glass because I feel like that could be a disaster for all parties involved.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, congratulations to him. Good job. And
oof.
Yeah, stay safe there. Put that boy in some bubble wrap.
Absolutely.
All right. And that is the injury report. So let's move on to some milestones. Macklin Celebrini hit the 50-point mark for the season earlier in the week. He became the third teenager in NHL history to record 50 points in 34 games or fewer. The only other players to achieve that are Sidney Crosby and Wayne Gretzky.
I mean, he's starting to keep pretty good company with his stats, isn't he?
He is. I know, again, that's a bit of an esoteric stat for you, but I think when
those names are in the stat.
Names are in the stat.
And they're the only names.
And they're the only names. Yeah, they technically both have done a little better than him. I think Sidney Crosby reached that milestone in like 28 games, and Wayne Gretzky did it in 32 games or something, and Macklin did it in 34 games. But still, it's like...
Well, it's a different league now. That's what I have to say after that.
That is a very good point. Truly,
Wayne Gretzky's league, I don't even know what that was like. It's probably easy.
Probably you could have done.
I probably could have done. The great one, the okay one.
Right, exactly. He was fine.
Blasphemy, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's just continuing to be fantastic, and everyone really is liking him. And I don't know, I think there might be a chance he makes Team Canada.
I think he should, but I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. It might come down to the injuries. You know, if Seth Jarvis is really injured, which knock on wood, hopefully he can bounce back by then. But if he is, that might open up a roster spot for Macklin. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
And then another big milestone was that Leon Draisaitl scored his 1,000th career NHL point. The Edmonton Oilers love making T-shirts to commemorate milestones. That's just kind of
right?
the thing that they do.
They've got iron-on transfers at home there.
They do. They know they've got their equipment guys have a silk screener or something. And
right.
They just love it. So they delivered big time for this occasion. They used my favorite photo of Leon smoking at his wedding over the summer, and they captioned it, "Smoking his way to 1,000 NHL points."
So funny.
So funny. So I'm sure they had those all printed up and ready to go so that when he scored that point, they would be ready for it.
Yeah. No, that's real good. Now, I think I said this when he got that because did we see that? For some reason, I feel like we did, but maybe
we didn't see it live. We saw the clip.
Oh, we saw the clip. Well, it was a secondary assist though, wasn't it?
It was a secondary assist.
Yeah, it's kind of weak.
Listen, a point's a point.
I know.
They don't ask how, they ask how many or whatever that saying goes.
Yeah, it would have been cooler if it was like just a real sick primary assist to McDavid or something. But I think you'll take your 1,000 where you get your 1,000.
They can't all be symbolic and masterful like
It's true.
that. And honestly, I think if you're going to do that way, then the smoking T-shirt with the I don't give a fuck face is kind of really perfect.
It's true. I would be fascinated to hear what his response to me saying that would be.
He would not give a shit.
Well, I know, but I feel like he'd be snarky in response.
He might comment lol on the podcast post. So we talked about Buffalo a little bit earlier.
Oh my God.
And we've got some big news for Buffalo. Guess what, guys? Your long national nightmare is over. The old GM was fired and has been replaced by Jarmo Kekalainen. He has apparently been given full authority of hockey operations by ownership. He has the ability to spend the cap and provide resources to make Buffalo an attractive place for players and build a winning culture. Come on over, Connor McDavid.
We're ready for you.
He's already started making moves. On Saturday, the Sabres associate GM was fired. So I don't know. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is what Buffalo has needed all along.
They've certainly needed something.
They've needed something. So maybe this is the decision. I read somewhere that this is the first time they've hired like an experienced GM since like the 70s or something. So that's exciting, I guess.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. I have a feeling there will be more changes coming, including probably a coaching change.
I mean, that's the talk of the town, at least in my world. Like,
the talk of our living room.
Right?
Yes.
No, I feel like Lindy Ruff is a very nice dude. And I feel like he's probably a good coach, too.
He was a coach in Dallas for a while. We liked him here.
No, I think the players like him probably. I don't know. But if we're talking Torts,
that is a rumor that Torts could go to Buffalo.
He has some relationship with this GM previously somehow?
Possibly, or maybe he coached in Buffalo. I don't really know. I'm not up on my Torts lore, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll have to dig into the annals.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll have to dig into the annals to find the history there. But I would be so excited. I think that's a great team for him to go in and kick all their asses and get them in shape and then get fired in a year or two.
I think that sounds really like kind of the ideal situation. And really, I couldn't ask for a better Christmas present than for you to have a Torts coached team again.
Yeah, I have not been watching any coach post-game, pre-game interviews because they're all boring as hell and I'm not interested in what they have to say.
No, you need some Torts in your life.
I mean, Maurice is okay, but like,
I haven't been paying attention to him this year. I think I'm over it.
I mean, he almost feels like a caricature of himself now.
Yeah, he drank his own Kool-Aid or something.
He did. Yeah. Maurice is a Kool-Aid drinker.
He is. So, yeah, no, bring back Torts. Bring him to Buffalo. Let's have some fun, guys.
Absolutely. Get him off TNT. That's not a good fit for him. That's awkward as hell. I haven't enjoyed any of the Torts I've seen there, which has not been much, but...
Yeah, I think we can do better. And I think better might be Buffalo, unfortunately.
Yeah, just keep TJ Oshie against my better judgment and get rid of Torts. Put him in Buffalo. Call it a day.
All right. I like that. That's going to be my Christmas wish for you, or maybe the New Year's wish.
There we go.
We'll see. The Flyers radio announcer Tim Saunders was suspended for 2 games after saying, "While you're down there, would you mind blowing me?" to a producer or somebody who was fixing a mic under the desk.
Oh, man.
So that happened and was scandalous.
Yeah. When I heard about this, I had not heard the audio. And I was like, wow, that sounds salacious. And then you listen to it and it feels like an old-timey radio show.
It's like vaudeville almost in its delivery. It's very camp.
Yeah, it did not hit those, oh my God, fire that guy, get HR on the phone kind of vibes for me.
It in no way was construed as serious.
Yeah, no.
At all. So was it definitely inappropriate? Yes.
You definitely should not
definitely should not say that at work.
Absolutely
ever
not.
Under any circumstances, even if it is very, very clear you were kidding.
I've gone to the HR trainings for 15 years every year, and they definitely say, don't say that.
Right. Yes, that should be common sense.
Yep.
But if you're going to say that, I guess that delivery of it was about the most harmless delivery you could, in fact, have.
No, yeah, absolutely.
But yes, the Flyers had to put out this statement and they were like, something very inappropriate happened. And everyone's like, what was it? And then they listened and they're like, oh, that wasn't actually that bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for like people getting repercussions. And I feel like 2 games is good for that because...
I think so. I mean, we'll see. That might just... I think it's 2 game suspension while they investigate. So it may end up being worse, but I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. I don't know anything about him. I don't listen to the radio. I say give him a pass.
Well, I guess we'll find out what happens.
Yep.
Speaking of miscreants, Mason Marchment was traded from Seattle to Columbus for a 2nd and 4th round draft pick.
Yikes.
He played his first game for Columbus last night and he did score a goal, which is great because I love to see him succeed. But the thing is he just needs to be back in Dallas. So bring him back, Jim Hill. Bring him back. I know we don't have enough money right now, but I have a feeling we'll figure that out sooner rather than later. And I don't know. I know some Stars fans are like, no, good riddance. He was terrible in the penalties and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Bring him back. I miss him.
I mean, he'd be in 2nd place compared to that monster.
Mikko Rantanen. Yeah, no, he's going to seem like a choir boy compared to Mikko Rantanen, the penalty monster of the NHL. So,
well, I'm sort of bummed for Marchment for a couple of reasons. One, he's got to go to Ohio.
Yeah, that is a downgrade from Seattle.
Right.
For sure.
You know, it's an okay place, but I don't know that people want to live there. I mean, people do live there. I'm trying to be nice to anyone who's living in Ohio that might be listening, but I mean, it's generally considered, you know.
If famously, Columbus has had a hard time attracting players there because players did not want to live in Ohio.
Right.
So it is better now. The players there do seem to really like living there, and they've kind of, you know, created this little neighborhood and community for themselves. But
yeah, sure.
It is a challenge.
But also he's losing the good looking colors and uniforms.
He was wearing, I mean, they were wearing their sort of white jerseys yesterday that have sort of the navy blue shoulders, and his eyes looked so dull and lifeless. He really needed that pop of turquoise from the S on the Seattle uniforms, and stop dimming Mush's shine, guys.
Yeah.
Give my boy some pretty colors to bring out those magnificent cerulean orbs.
I think it's a travesty.
It really, really is. So,
and also, like, we do not watch any of the Blue Jackets ever.
We certainly do not. Even when they're playing the Stars, we're like, wait, what's happening?
Right.
We go into a fugue state. We dissociate. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, there's like a handful of teams that like are just black holes, and the Blue Jackets are one of them for us.
Listen, Mush is going to look really good in that retro 99 jersey when he comes back.
He sure will.
So bring him back, Jim Nill.
All right. We'll work on manifesting this over the holiday break.
All right. I'll light some candles and do some witch shit.
Yeah.
Jeremy Swayman and his wife are going to have a baby.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was married. I thought he just lived in an apartment and played his guitar all sad by himself.
I mean, I think that was the case a few years ago, probably, when we saw that in the Amazon documentary. But no, he got married over the summer, and then his wife posted a very sweet video of her revealing to him that she was pregnant.
That video was like touching.
It really was, honestly. A lot of the sort of pregnancy reveal moments feel very stagey to me.
Yeah.
Online, and I don't necessarily care about them. I mean, you and I are not like the mushiest people about stuff like that. When we found out I was having a baby, we were in the hospital because we thought I had a virus.
Right.
And they told me, oh, no, you're fine. You're actually just pregnant. And I said, oh, no, thank you, and passed out. So, like, we're not like that person, you know, or those people.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. But it was just really sweet. Like, he was so happy.
Oh my God. He was
just beaming.
Overjoyed. Like when that like secret camera she had like in the kitchen or whatever.
Yeah. He was just super, super happy. So,
anyway, I'm happy for that kid.
I know. Yeah. I know you still have sort of a soft spot for him. So that's why I sent that
I do.
to you.
I just wish he kept being good and not like an asshole.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe the dad life will turn things around for him.
Who knows?
I guess we'll see. All right. And then we just have some fun little odds and ends. The LA Kings had a kids' night this week, and every player wore the number 6-7 on their warm-up jerseys.
6-7.
6-7. The Kings also had some Dancing with the Stars content on their YouTube channel when they were visited by pro dancers Alan Burston and Jan Ravnik. And that was fun for me because I do watch Dancing with the Stars. But I thought that it was entertaining regardless.
It was pretty good. Yeah, there were people that I don't know.
Right.
But there was some funny stuff in there.
They were very enthusiastic. They had a lot of personality. Jan Ravnik is Slovenian, like Andrzej Kopitar. So he kept talking about how he was going to be great at skating because it's in his blood. And it was very funny. So
yeah.
I thought that they were really great and they had a good time.
It was very good.
Before Tristan Jarry was injured, the Penguins and the Oilers had a matchup against each other on Monday. And so Skinner and Jarry were both in the goal, facing off against their old teams and each other. And they had their new uniforms on, but they were still wearing their old face masks.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, it takes a while to get their new face masks painted up and everything. So
right.
That was kind of strange and fun and notable.
Yeah, what a bizarro world moment there.
I know. I thought that was kind of just worth noting for sure.
I did want Skinner to win that one so bad.
I know. Unfortunately, it was not to be. On Tuesday, the Mammoth were in Boston to play the Bruins, and at one point, a huge scrum broke out, and the arena DJ began playing Feliz Navidad, which made for a very entertaining backing soundtrack for the fight.
Yeah, it was like a line brawl, right? It was like there's a lot of people in there.
Everybody was fighting. Everybody was kung fu fighting. They also played All the Things She Said, referencing heated rivalry, and the Bruins scored on the next play. So the Boston DJ killing it.
Yeah.
Loved that. And finally, there was actually a milestone that I missed. Brady Tkachuk became the first player in NHL history to be high-sticked in the face in 5 consecutive games. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy unless it was his brother.
He's got such a high-stickable face.
It really is truly the most high-stickable of the faces, unless maybe we're talking about his brother, Matthew Brendan Tkachuk.
Yes.
We have to full name him now.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And that's what I have for all of my news. Is there anything that I missed that we need to talk about in Fred's corner of stuff we haven't talked about yet?
There are only 2 things this week.
All right. I did a good job then.
Yeah, I ended up being kind of checked out again this week, but that's just what happens. So
You're only half a hockey fan. You can't be expected to be that checked in, truly.
You know, actually, I only have one thing. I'm going to save the other thing.
Okay. All right.
You showed me the Vic in a box.
Yes. I forgot about that. Yeah. The Dallas Stars have been kind of crushing it on some of their content, but especially like their in-arena content.
Yeah, because this hasn't been like released publicly, right?
No. So at the Dallas Stars games, when they have home games, they've been doing sort of different ways to introduce the players each time, including, I think, sort of different parodies of TV theme songs and things. And one of the intros this season was they did it in the style of SNL credits.
Yep.
With, they had the guys walking in and the SNL theme music playing.
And like cutting to downtown Dallas. Like they nailed the like edits of SNL opening.
Absolutely. It was really great. And then during intermission, they parodied the song Dick in a Box with Vic in a Box, starring our mascot, Victor E. Green.
Yeah, amazing. And I know like you've given me sass for like not liking him and people have as well.
Yes, there is at least one of our listeners who is very dismayed that you do not give Victor E. Green the respect that he deserves.
And again, I just don't know Victor E. Green like I know Gritty. But holy smokes, that was pretty good and kind of what you were saying he's like. They
really did. I mean, it felt like almost a shot-for-shot remake of that original video.
And it was like a doll of him like in a box, right? It wasn't like on his junk or anything. It was just
right. They still made it family friendly and appropriate.
I don't think that's entirely family friendly.
I mean, as family friendly as it can be when you're referencing an extended dick joke.
Right. And what, Selena
Ray was in it.
And whoever their guy is.
And their in-studio announcer guy.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. They did such a good job. So I will try to find that and link it on our socials because it was really good. And I think it got overlooked by some people.
Yeah.
But it was fantastic. So good job to the Stars in-arena people for also crushing it. Their social media team has been doing great stuff too, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
All right. Well, anyway, very quiet on the Fred front.
That's okay. You've been busy trying to wrap things up before Christmas break, getting ready to do some birding.
Yeah.
And also only being half a hockey fan.
Yeah.
So
I'm on vacation.
You are in vacation mode. And that is okay.
One thing to think about regarding work.
That must be nice. All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about our hockey teams. We're going to start with the Flyers. On Tuesday, the Flyers were in Montreal to play the Canadiens. And we did not watch this game because our daughter was starring in her school play that night. We could review that instead, but she would hate us if we talked about how awesome she is. So
yeah, it was pretty good.
It was a pretty good play. She stepped up and filled in multiple roles for people who were missing.
Yeah, I zoned out in the second period.
Of the play? Anyway, it was a great play. So we'll just hit the game highlights, though, which I did watch. So Alexandre Texier opened the scoring for Montreal in the first, but just before the end of the period, Carl Grundstrom tied it up for the Flyers. In the second period, the Flyers took the lead when Trevor Zegras scored off of a feed from Travis Konechny, and they celebrated very exuberantly, and it was pretty cute. Trevor Zegras was basically ruffling Travis Konechny's hair, but he was wearing a helmet, so it was really more of an exuberant head-shaking kind of a deal.
Head ruffles.
Yes, exactly. Bobby Brink widened the lead to 3-1 just before the second period ended. And then other than an empty net goal from TK, the third period seemed pretty uneventful. But the Flyers took the win 4-1.
Yeah.
So sounds like a good game. We didn't get to see it, but the highlights were nice.
Yeah, I guess Montreal's kind of fallen off a bit, huh?
They have, although they have now, I think, picked up a few more games here and there. So they're more on an upswing, but they're definitely not as strong as they were at the start of the season.
They're still fun to watch for me. I like watching them regardless.
Thursday, the Flyers were in Buffalo to play the Sabres. The Sabres have been on a bit of a winning streak lately, and this was part of it. So So we also didn't watch this one because it conflicted with the Stars game, but I did watch the highlights. And for the first 2 periods, the teams traded the lead back and forth. But in the third period, the Sabres pulled away with it and did win the game 5-3. Pretty much the only thing I know about this game is that the Flyers had a very bad line change at some point. There's like a great still of somebody like falling.
Oh, that's right.
Falling off the bench, like face first towards the ice. So that seemed entertaining.
They do seem to have their fair share of bad line changes.
They get a little Keystone Cops with it sometimes.
Yeah, within a season, they definitely like lose some games over line changes every now and then.
That can certainly be an issue.
Yep.
And then yesterday, the Flyers were in New York to play the Rangers. And I somehow totally didn't realize this game was even on until the third period. So unfortunately, I missed the first 2 periods, which is when the Flyers were doing all of the good things. So when I turned the game on, the Flyers were up 4-2. And according to the highlights, those Flyers goals came from Travis Sanheim, Owen Tippett, Trevor Zegras, and Rodrigo Owls. But in the third period, Vincent Trocheck narrowed the gap to 4-3, and then the Flyers took a delay of game penalty with less than 3 minutes left. The Rangers tied up the game on the ensuing power play, and the game ultimately went to a shootout, and for once, the Flyers were not able to deliver the win. Still, they left the game with a point, so I'll take it.
Yeah, they're a single-point team. They've lost, I think, their last 2 shootouts or something. They've really fallen off of their shootout game.
The really scandalous thing about this one is that Trevor Zegras did not make his shootout goal.
Yeah.
So Shesterkin must have been really studying some Zegras game tape or something because he got shut down pretty hard. And that is unusual.
Yeah. In terms of injury report stuff, though, Ristolainen is back, and I'm very happy about that.
That is correct. He is back, and he was out there laying some pretty heavy hits from the get-go in Montreal. In the Montreal game, he pretty much leveled Slafkovsky.
Nice.
So in his first game back.
I mean, I like Slafkovsky, but I also like him leveled.
Yeah, no, it's fun to see like a giant tree like knock down another giant tree.
Right.
You know, it's like if a tree falls in the forest, does it take down another giant tree? Good. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So that's all I have for the Flyers this week. The Stars, I have some off ice news to begin with.
Okay.
So first, some sad news. Vladislav Kolyachonok was placed on waivers because all of our D-men came back and we had an abundance of D-men up. So we had to put him on waivers with the intent to send him back down to the Texas Stars. And I did not like this move because I said that somebody was going to claim him. And unfortunately for me, I was once again right. Sometimes it is a great burden being right all of the time about things. Boston has taken him from us.
We watched, I think, the hockey guy doing his like news coverage, and he's like, yeah, Kolyachonok's on waivers. I think that'll be fine. I don't think anyone will pick him up. And I was like, wait a second, but Kate said somebody's going to pick him up. I don't know, hockey guy. And boom, you were right. I was pretty sure based on your vibes that someone was going to pick him up because you were talking about how, strapped for D everybody is.
They are indeed strapped for D. That sounds very dirty. No, I feel very happy that you are like, you know what? No, the hockey guy is wrong. Kate is right.
I was pretty sure he's making a bad call there.
I did, in fact, feel strongly in my heart that he was not going to stay with us. And he did, in fact, leave. The Bruins, I will say, I read an article. They seem very excited to have him. They've apparently been scouting him pretty much ever since he's been with Dallas. He has put up some offensive numbers with us, even playing defense.
Nice. Even
down at the Texas Stars level. And they are really desperate for defense right now. They need some bodies there.
Cool.
So they seem really happy to have him. They had him at a practice, and then all the players all kind of put him in the middle of the circle and were chanting his name. And so they made him feel very welcome.
That sounds real scary.
I guess that's the thing that they do to welcome people. And the coaches are like, usually we're the ones who were like, okay, get in the circle. But this time it was the players. So that seems nice, I guess. Man, I don't know.
I'd have a panic attack if I was surrounded by Bruins and they were chanting my name.
It does seem a little bit like a cult, but right. I mean, what are you going to do? So, well, we'll miss him. It was great having him while we did. It was, if nothing else, we got him because we got rid of Dumba. So hooray. Some other fun off-ice stuff was that the Stars social media admin put up a great video. She decided to ask the players some rage bait questions.
Yeah, that's like the trend on the old hockey TikTok and Instagram.
Yes, the question specifically is, what sport would you play if you were more athletic? I've also seen it just as, what sport would you play if you were athletic?
Yeah, I don't like that phrasing of it as much.
Yes, more athletic, I think, is better. And it's a little more subtle for one thing.
Right.
You know, there's plausible deniability. You're like, no, what? No, I'm just saying, like, if you were more athletic,
Right.
it's fine. So I've seen, you know, multiple admins do this in multiple sports, and it's usually pretty funny. So the video starts out with her asking this to Mikko Rantanen. He says that I am aware of this trend and I will not be baited. He is just like, no, thank you. Then it goes on to Roope Hintz, who just straight up is like basketball. So he either does not understand that this is like a trend and he's supposed to be mad, or he just doesn't care. Either way, he's completely unflappable, which is pretty on brand for him. Wyatt Johnston says that he's super athletic and he can play all of the sports. Thank you very much. Then she asks Mavrik Bourque if he ever wishes he were taller, and he is an angry wet kitten about it. He is very perturbed that she would say that. And then Justin Ritzkovian walks up and he's like, she's telling us we are short. And it's like, she said it to you, Mav. She didn't say it to Ritzy, even though you guys are about the same height. But like, way to drag him into this. And then she asked the athletic question to Ritzy, and he just said, whoa. And then he and Maverick stomp off. And Maverick's like, I don't agree to any of this.
Right.
In his little angry French Canadian accent.
They're back in the locker room just talking shit about her.
Oh my God, they're so mad. And it's so funny. They're just both tiny and angry and just, I don't know. It's really cute and fun. Especially because Maverick is such a shit talker to everybody else. Like the way he was like trolling Colin Blackwell, you know, last week in their social media video.
Right. So he can
dish it out, but he cannot take it.
Apparently.
So that is very funny. Nils Lundqvist did say he would like to be taller, but also good-naturedly called the question gutless. And then Wyatt Johnston piped up that the admin is really targeting everybody's insecurities, which I thought was fun. And then she asked Matt Duchene if he wished he was taller, and he said, yes, because I'm a quarter inch short of 6 feet, and it would be really nice to be able to say that I'm 6 feet, which is a very earnest answer.
I feel him. I am 6'1 3/4.
It would be nice to be 6'2".
Yeah.
I get it.
I round up.
Yeah, for sure. No, that makes sense. And then when he's trying to answer the question about what sport he would play if he were more athletic, a wild barefoot Mikko Rantanen appears and announces that Matt Duchene is the most unathletic person on the team, and then says he's sensitive. And then Dutchie derides him as being a one-sporter.
Yeah.
He's like, Mikko's a one-sporter. And it is just really great. I just am loving the vibes, and great job, social media admin person. We've got a new admin person this year, and she did a really good job getting everybody to cooperate and play along and edit it all together really well.
Yeah, no, super funny. Like, you get to see some of their personalities, which sometimes coming off the ice at a practice, you don't get that. They're like, what coffee do I want? Would I drink? Like, this was fun.
I watched some of like the Maple Leafs ones, and it's very clear that they have like 3 different answers written down on cue cards, and they just look and pick one of the answers off of it.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense because theirs suck.
Yeah. So this one, it was very different. It felt a lot more sort of spontaneous. I love very earnest Roope. I love Mikko Rantanen being like, you can't get me, but then showing back up to troll Matt Duchene. Angry wet kitten Mavrik Bourque is my favorite.
Yeah.
He's just and he gets just even more French Canadian about it. And I don't know, it just makes me laugh. So I just feel like the vibes in the locker room are so much better this year. And I feel like that's translating to the ice. So
yeah, it seems to be.
I kept saying last year, I was like, something's missing. And I think part of it is the vibes. And I feel as though I'm being proved right once again.
Once again, you're getting a complex over there.
I mean, I've had a complex.
It's true.
It's fine.
I will say, if you enjoy that kind of content, not you, because I've shown you this, but the ECHL, their social media admins do some exquisite work over there. And like their version of this, which I saw, I don't know, like a month ago, was hilarious.
There is some great stuff out there.
Yep.
So yes, this is the kind of hockey content I love personally. With that being said, there were also some good things happening on the ice this week too.
Finally.
Yes, I know, right? So Monday, the LA Kings were in Dallas to play the Stars. The first period was all about the goaltending, with Darcy Kuemper making some solid saves for the Kings, and Nottinger also performed competently for the Stars. Kuemper, I think, did get knocked out in the first period.
Right. They had to bring in somebody else.
They had to bring in the backup, who I
You definitely know his name. I can tell.
I want to say it's Forsberg.
I think it is.
I think it's a Forsberg, which was confusing. It's not Philip Forsberg. It's a different Forsberg. In the second period, we finally got some offense going halfway through the second when the Kings had a 5-on-3 power play and Nottinger just totally mishandled the puck and the Kings scored. So that one was kind of annoying because we were already, killing a penalty. The Stars were. It was already 5-on-4 with the Kings up a man. And then the Stars got called for tripping because Kuzmenko went down. But then if you look, Kuzmenko just fell down. We didn't trip. So then we're on a 5-on-3 for no reason.
Right.
But I don't really feel like we can get mad about that goal because literally it was completely goaltender error.
I mean, error is the key word. That was a buffering meme right there.
It was like a glitch.
He just came out there and just was I'm going to pass it. No, I'm not. Oh, I'm going to get scored on.
Yeah, it was just fully self-inflicted wound.
And he was trying to pass it to
Miro Heiskanen, who was not even looking at the puck.
Right. And then he went over and slammed his stick against the glass.
Yeah, it was really rough.
Yeah.
But 5 minutes later, the Stars tied it up when Mikko Rantanen set up a sexy no-look pass to Matt Duchene, who scored his first goal since getting back into the lineup after his injury.
Well, it's about goddamn time.
I mean, he's only been back 3 games.
I know, but he's been very not noticeable for me.
He also has been dealing with a crazy concussion, so
all right,
cut him some slack. He's only 5'11" and 3/4.
He's only small.
He's only small. So we headed into the third period tied 1-1, and just over 6 minutes into the third, Radek Faksa took a slap shot from the point, and Oscar Beck redirected it in to give the Stars their first lead of the game. Mikko Rantanen extended that lead by intercepting a puck and charging down the ice with it, leading Razor to a great call about how he was chugging it like a gallon of milk or something. And then Wyatt Johnston got an elusive empty net goal for the Stars, and the Stars got the win 4-1.
Yeah. Is that the goal that Rantanen passed it to himself up over a stick?
I believe it was. Yeah. It was a really great one.
It was sick. I feel after that happened, I mentioned he doesn't need McKinnon at all. The dude's really good at hockey.
He truly does not. He's great. And I mean, McKinnon's doing very well without him as well.
Yeah.
Because I hear people who are McKinnon didn't need Rantanen. I'm no, he clearly didn't. And Rantanen clearly doesn't need McKinnon. So nobody's anybody merchant.
Nobody's a merchant.
Yeah. Everybody's just very good at hockey, it turns out.
They're all just they're all just customers.
Exactly. Yes, they're all buyers, no merchants here.
All buyers, no merchants.
On Thursday, the Stars were playing the Sharks in San Jose. And Jake Ottinger was in the net for this one, which was interesting because it was the first night of a back-to-back. So that basically Otter's going to be playing one night and then his backup's going to be playing another night.
Right.
So I thought it was just a very interesting choice to put Otter in against the Sharks.
You did note that during the game. You're oh, wow, they're playing Ottinger. They might think the Sharks are pretty okay.
Exactly. And also we kind of talked about it coming down to playing style a little bit because the Sharks are so sort of high energy and they tend to, I feel put a lot of pucks on net. And Jake tends to do better when he gets to have a lot of action like that.
He needs mental stimulation.
He does. He needs enrichment for his enclosure.
Right.
And that's fine. Yeah, he knows that about himself.
Otters are playful.
They are. It's true. So the Sharks came out with a ton of energy and they had some really great looks, but Roope Hintz got us on the board first off of a pass from Mikko Rantanen. It looked like the Sharks tied it up, but that goal was called back for being played with a high stick, which did seem to deflate the Sharks a little bit.
I was going to say they had some scary momentum, and then it was a long review on that too, and there was no momentum after that.
Yeah, it really, really deflated things, and the Stars were able to capitalize on that when Wyatt Johnston scored to end the first period with the Stars up 2-0. In the second period, the Sharks got a goal that counted, winning the puck off the faceoff and getting it past Jake. The Stars were able to restore their 2-goal lead thanks to a power play goal from Wyatt Johnston, who is still leading the league in power play goals, by the way.
What a kid.
He's at 13 for the season on power play goals, I believe. But the Sharks did score another quick one off of a faceoff win. With less than a minute left in the second, Nedeljkovic dished the puck right up to Justin Ritskovian, who put home his fourth goal of the season. And we exited the second period with the Stars up 4-2.
Yeah, Ned with the error. I love Ned, but that was real bad.
It was a meatball for the meatball.
It was just like bad stick handling, right?
I don't know what it was, but it was not great.
It wasn't as bad as the other thing we just talked about in the previous Stars.
It was not as bad as the Nottinger one, but it ended with Ned sitting on his butt on the ice looking very dejected.
Yeah.
And I would have felt that way as well. 5 minutes into the third period, the Sharks narrowed the gap with a super slick tic-tac-toe goal. Near the end of the period, they pulled the goalie in an effort to tie it up the game. But with a minute and a half left, Jamie Benn had a really impressive empty net goal to give us some insurance. And that concluded the scoring. So the Stars won that game 5-3.
That's a real funny turn of phrase. A really impressive empty net goal, but that was like the backhand one, right?
It was like a backhand from the other end of the ice, dead center of the goal, just great speed and momentum. And I'm sorry, I love you, Dallas Stars, but you kind of suck at empty net goals.
They have a history of not putting it on net and icing the puck multiple times.
Multiple times. So that one was really great. And it really interrupted a lot of the Sharks' momentum there because they were really building up ahead of steam at the end. They were putting a lot of offensive pressure on Jake.
Yeah, you gotta give praise when they do a good empty net.
Exactly. I mean, that's why I said that Wyatt Johnston had an elusive one at the end of last game, because we do not always do that. And it can be a problem. It has bitten us before.
It sure has.
I do want to give a shout out to Colin Blackwell in this game. At one point, the Stars were on the penalty kill and Blackwell's stick was knocked out of his hand. And he just went over to the puck and sort of scooted it forward with his hand a few times, which he could because we were in the defensive zone.
Okay.
And kind of dove down and pushed it out of the zone and then hopped back up and grabbed his stick and got right back into the play.
Dude's a hard worker.
Very probably saved a goal or at least helped kill a penalty in a big way.
Yeah.
So he's like, stick? Who needs a stick? I'm a tiny little man with lots of power. So I thought that was great. And then Friday, so the next day, the Stars were in Anaheim to play the Ducks. And I got a little nervous when this game opened with an early penalty from the Stars. Just over a minute in, noted goon Jason Robertson was sent to the box for tripping. But not only did we kill the penalty, Oscar Beck scored shorthanded off a pass from Radek Faksa. Beck sort of plays a similar game to Faksa, and some people were surprised that we brought Faksa back because Beck was supposed to sort of be a younger, cheaper version of him.
A younger, cheaper Faksa. Man, how rude.
I know, right? But I'm really glad that they're both back here at the same time playing together because they make such a great, deadly duo. This is, I think, 2 games in a row where they've combined for a really awesome, important goal.
Yeah.
And they just play so great together.
I like both of them.
They're just so good. They're just so great in the role that they play. And also I'm just always happy to have Faksa back in the mix. He's so great. Former Philadelphia Flyer Ryan Poehling put the Ducks on the board pretty early in the first, but Roope Hintz quickly responded to restore the Stars' lead. Next on the board was Sam Steele, who put himself and the puck into the goal. After review, it was decreed to be a good goal. Next, Thomas Harley put one home. So that was 4 goals from the Stars on 6 shots.
Yeah, that's not a good save percentage, is it?
That was not, and that was enough to prompt a goaltending change. So at the end of the first period, the Stars had a 4-1 lead, which was great if you're a Stars fan. I presume it didn't feel so good if you're a Ducks fan, though.
Probably not.
The second period did start off a little slower, but halfway through the period, Jason Robertson scored a power play goal. And then he followed that up a few minutes later with an even strength goal because he's just versatile like that.
Yeah, he was on hat trick watch.
He was. I don't think he ever did it, but he was, in fact, on watch. Adam Ernie was playing his first game after missing time with an injury, and he was next to join the scoring soiree. He took the Stars to a 7-1 lead as the second period came to a close.
Man, haven't even got to the third period and it's 7-1.
It's pretty demoralizing.
Right? That's rough.
It was very rough. A minute into the third period, Beckett Seneca delivered an absolute laser of a shot while falling to the ice. He did not celebrate, understandably, because the Ducks are still down 7-2, but it was a great shot.
No, it was incredible. He looked almost angry after he got that one.
He did. He was like, I can't believe I wasted that on this game. He's like, all right, now I got to do 5 more of this bullshit. But not to be outdone, we then saw a goal from elite sniper Ilya Lyubushkin.
Noted sniper.
Bush is a quintessential stay-at-home defenseman. He has played 458 career games in the NHL, and in that time span, he has scored 7 goals.
He's a shut-in.
Yes.
He gets meals on wheels.
He does, yes. So when Bush is scoring on you, it is not a good night. And there is a fun fact. Now that Lyubushkin has scored, every Dallas player who has played at the NHL level this season has scored a goal, including Kolyachonok before Boston so cruelly took him from us.
Yep.
So, yeah, that took us up to 8-2.
8-2.
5 minutes into the third period, Frank Vatrano slashed Jason Robertson a few times, and Robo gave him a little slash back, as you do.
As you do.
And Vatrano reacted in a completely reasonable and proportional manner by tackling Robo and dragging him down to the ice by the neck.
Unhinged. It was wild.
It was completely insane. It will not surprise you to find out that Vatrano once played for the Florida Panthers.
Not super surprising.
Robo also ended up in the penalty box for this play, had a visible welt on his throat after the skirmish.
Yeah, it looked like he had a hickey.
A very long hickey.
Right.
Yeah, no, it was definitely like the helmet strap grinding up against his throat. It was not pretty.
No.
To his credit, he didn't look rattled or anything. He was kind of smiling afterwards and seemed to be having an okay time.
Yeah, no, I think he was just like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, he honestly, if you kind of look back at the video, he looks very just mostly annoyed as he's going down.
Right.
He's like, what is this?
What is this? This isn't.
Why am I on my back?
Right.
What happened? How did I get here? How did I get into this situation? But yeah, Vatrano did end up leaving the game as a result of that. He ended up getting a $5,000 fine, no suspension, which is ridiculous in my opinion.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that in the NHL. Like I've seen dirty hits, I've seen dirty stuff, but like this was straight up like UFC shit.
It was not a hockey play.
No.
Like the closest I can think of, it was like when Morgan Riley went after Ridley Gregg for doing the slap shot into an empty net or whatever.
Right. But then it was like provoked by something that was like disrespectable on like a broad level.
Yeah. But even then, I mean, that I think did result in a suspension. And, it was just stupid. It was just so idiotic.
Yeah.
I mean, even Ducks fans were like, Frank Vatrano should be suspended for that, but mostly because I think he's a bad player and they would
don't
like him
seem
to
to
not like play for a while.
They don't seem to think he's a very good hockey man.
Yeah. So it was really kind of appalling. Dallas did get a 4-minute power play out of the deal, but the Ducks had some shorthanded opportunities. It did look like Mikko Rantanen scored, but it got called back for the puck not crossing the goal line. So the power play ended with the score unchanged. The Ducks did score one more goal by the end of the game, but it came from Mikael Granlund, who is Finnish and a former Star, so therefore spiritually still one of us. So the final scoreboard showed a score of 8-3, but we all know that that Granny goal was really for the green guys.
Really? Yeah.
And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Fair enough. Yeah. 8-3, they got just demolished. It would have been fun to watch like the post game for the Ducks or something with that one because, man, they played terrible.
When I rewatched the highlights, it was the Ducks announcers.
Oh, was it? Oh, right, because it was a home game.
Because it was a home game. And gosh, they were just really unenthusiastic with each subsequent goal rolling in.
Right.
So it was kind of entertaining.
It is funny, the like play-by-play announcers, when their energy starts dropping continually throughout a game. And by the end, they're just kind of chatting about like, holiday stuff.
Yeah, what's for dinner?
Right.
I will say, like, even though they weren't super enthusiastic, they weren't like the Avalanche announcers where they're like, well, that shouldn't count because of this reason.
No.
Where they weren't like delusional or anything. They were just like, and then the Dallas scores another goal.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, those Avalanche announcers live in their own reality.
They certainly do. It's not a reality anybody else lives in.
Nope.
So yeah, that was it for the Stars. They won all 3 of their games this week. They are still doing very well and hanging in there. And Dallas and Colorado and Minnesota continue to be the 3 best games in the league right now, I believe.
3 best teams.
I mean, that's what I meant. What did I say? 3
best games in the league.
Oh, yeah, the 3 best teams in the league.
Yeah.
I believe that even though Minnesota is 3rd in the Central, they have more points than anybody in the East.
Yeah.
At least last time I checked. So... Or I've heard them being referred to as Quinnesota now, which is
I love
great.
that.
Yeah, so the Quinnesota Wild.
Sorry, Corolla Soda.
Quinnesota just has a better ring to it.
It sure does. Yeah, I would say the Stars look good again.
They look
or at least
good.
This week.
They looked good this week.
Yeah.
Thomas Harley had a goal.
Hey.
So that's good. He's still looked a little rough here and there, but I still think he's been battling through something, and this is fine. So... honestly, the fact that we have held on to the number 2 spot in the league for as long as we have while missing a big chunk of our people.
Yeah.
And now people are just coming back into the lineup and we're not having a hard time reintegrating them. It's pretty great.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know me, like when the Stars are doing not great, I root against them like in my heart. Like I don't do it like super like aggressively on the outside, but I'm just like, oh, you got scored on? Yeah, that's what you deserve.
You're very critical of them. You're like, I know they could do better. And so when they don't do well, I secretly celebrate.
Exactly. Like I'm a disappointed parent with some kind of like weird hang up.
Yeah, no, it's funny because you're not like that as a real parent.
No.
But as a like fictional hockey parent, you definitely are.
Yeah. And I thought they just looked so solid. And I felt that confidence and competency in their game, even when like there were shorthanded attempts and things broke down. Like that's going to happen in a game, right?
It just does. Yeah. It didn't feel fluky at all that they were having these big wins and they looked really good and connected. And
yeah.
And it doesn't seem to just be one person doing everything. So I'm really happy with them, honestly. You know, we had a few bad games last week, but again, I didn't go off the rails about it because I was just like, well, that happens.
You were looking at the rails though.
No, I really wasn't.
No, that was earlier. You vacillate between like.
I've been extremely chill this season.
You have been.
I've been extremely chill this season. Even when we had a rough time starting out, I was just like, well, it's a new coach, it's a new system, it's going to take time to adjust. When we had a bit of a bad stretch, I was just like, everybody's dead and dying. Like, this is just part of it.
That's true. Yeah, you were more of the opinion, I feel like, that you know that things can go off the rail at any moment with the Stars, but you're holding out hope, you know, and...
I've just felt very calm this season. I really have not felt bad even when we have been at our worst. I haven't felt stressed out about it. As opposed to last season when we really didn't have very many bad stretches and I still felt like on the precipice of disaster at every turn.
Yeah, for sure. I remember last season, there were definitely a few games where I thought I was watching like football with your father.
And even if we were winning those games, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Exactly.
Like we would win the games and I would be like, that was the worst game of hockey I've ever seen. I was like going full on Tortorella.
Right.
And I am not feeling that way this year. Nope. I don't know. It's just the vibes are different. I'm liking it. I don't know what it is. It might be the fact that I'm super depressed and dissociating. I don't know. But it's working. So I don't know. Let's ride with it. Let's keep going. Well, since it's almost Christmas, we needed to do a game time. And you provided me with a wonderful gift. You came up with a game time idea.
I mean, I'm just a fountain of creative ideas.
You sure are. Just overflowing. Bubbling.
Yep.
Even. So we haven't done the best job of getting into the Christmas spirit around the house yet. I have come down with a crippling case of seasonal depression for the first time in my life. We need to get our shit together and get a tree. And I have a closet full of gifts to wrap. But I do like shopping for gifts.
Yeah.
And on the subject of gifts, for this week's game time, you thought it might be fun for us to choose some of our favorite hockey players and pick out what gifts we would get for them if we were in a Secret Santa gift exchange. And I like this because I got to shop for presents, but I didn't have to spend money and I don't have to wrap them.
Absolutely.
So this is fun for me. So we each just independently chose some of our favorite hockey players or people and put together some list of things that we would get for them. And now we're going to talk about it. And that's how we play games here.
Well, I love the official introduction.
Listen, I'm doing my best.
So how do we begin Secret Santa?
Well, how many do you have?
I don't know. I just wrote down a bunch of stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. I'll start with one. How's this?
This sounds good.
So there was this news story going around within the last week or so. There is this raccoon that broke into a liquor store.
Oh.
And got drunk.
I felt like that was a while ago, but.
Well, I said a week or two. It might have been 2 weeks ago.
Or 3 or 4. Sure.
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Anyway.
I have no sense of time. It's true.
There was a raccoon. It broke into a liquor store and got drunk. And apparently it's a habitual offender. And it just reminded me of Travis Konechny.
Yeah.
Who is a feral little raccoon. And so for him, he's like, I think the only one I didn't get like really a physical gift for. I want him to have the opportunity to get into some hijinks.
Yeah.
I feel like he hasn't had a lot of hijinks opportunities lately.
Like no consequence hijinks?
Yeah, I just feel like we haven't had a lot of yappy TK lately. And I just think that he just needs to have some drunken feral raccoon hijinks. It's like the holidays. Like, let my man have some eggnog and get in a fight with Tom Wilson.
I love it.
I think that that's important for all of us for the season and the festivities.
Perfect. Well, I was going to say, we talk shit about this guy all the time, and, he's a nice guy, and then you talk shit about him today. But Dumba is getting a present from me.
Good, yes.
Because,
I do like him as a person. I think he's a great person.
No, absolutely.
He just was not right for my hockey team.
Yeah, and he got put on waivers too, and now he's in the AHL. I feel bad for him because I think he's kind of okay, but I guess he's not very good at hockey or something.
He used to be great. It's just he got an injury, and he has never been the same since then.
Yeah, well, I'm getting him a Snuggie.
I think that sounds really nice.
I think, I was going to get him a nice blanket, but I was like, no, we'll get you a Snuggie. He needs a warm hug of a blanket or something because, it's got to be kind of sucky.
Yeah, I think you're right. What kind of Snuggie, though? Is it going to be like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one or...
I do not know the variety of Snuggies available. I imagine it to be blue, though, if that helps. And it does have a pattern of some kind of gold and red and maybe green. Maybe it's a Christmas Snuggie.
Oh, okay. That works too.
Yeah.
I like that. It's very nice. I did just realize I have another one that's a little more esoteric, so I'll go with that one next.
Okay.
So for Leon Bischel, for Christmas for him, I'm going to give him whatever parts of my leg he might need to get back on his feet again.
He needs some new parts.
I just miss him a lot. And it's not like I'm using my legs for anything athletic. So now I don't know how good my leg parts are. I've had surgery on my knee. I have faulty connective tissue. This might not be a good gift. This might be a bad gift, actually. But if there are any parts of my legs that he could use to be stronger, I would like to donate my body for science.
I think
the science of murder babies.
I think that's really nice of you.
I think so too. I'm a humanitarian.
Okay, so I'll give you a stars one. I didn't come up with any really for the stars, but for Robertson, I'm giving him a plane ticket to the friggin' Olympics because that kid needs to go to the Olympics because he can't stop scoring goals.
I love that. I think that that's great. I think we need to get Bill Guerin on the phone and be like, what's it going to take? Because I'm sorry, he's very good at hockey.
He is. I will buy his plane ticket. It's going to be coach.
It's absolutely going to be coach. It's going to be on Frontier.
It's going to be Frontier. It's going to be coach.
We do not have a lot of money.
It's going to be a lot of connections.
I've spent all of our money on hockey related things, and that's my fault.
Yeah. So other than that, I'll pay for it.
Yeah, for sure. I'll even spring to let him have an extra bag so he can bring his hockey gear.
Yeah, pay for the extra bag, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's so nice that you got him a present because I got him a present too.
Oh, good. Oh, he's getting double presents.
He's getting double presents this year because he's just that good. I got him his own iPad so he doesn't have to share with anybody.
Oh my God, that is the best gift you could give that kid.
I know. Well, he needs to be able to keep looking at all of his many, many goals that he's scored because he scores so many of them.
He does.
And it's just hard. He's always watching on the bench and Rope's taken the iPad away from him and the other kids want to have it. And he just needs to have his own.
He does. He's an analytics guy.
He said so himself.
He is.
He looks at the stats. He likes to do that. So
yeah, he's got to see the thing and then compare it to the numbers and do the internal math lady stuff. And
let him bring his iPad on the plane and look at his analytics.
Should get him an iPad Pro.
Okay. All right. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Probably going to be more expensive than the plane ticket you buy him.
Let's hope. I also got a present for Quinn Hughes.
Okay.
Because he still looks sad, right?
He does. There have been some moments of him caught on camera smiling,
okay,
which is nice. But in general, his face is just a sad Victorian haunted doll face.
Yeah. And I don't know that Minnesota in the wintertime will necessarily fix that, but I'm going to get him some ice fishing gear.
All right. That sounds good. Maybe a nice meditative activity.
I think that guy needs to go out and do some ice fishing, and he's in the land of a billion lakes, so might as well do it.
All right. That works for me.
Yeah.
I have a present that's maybe a little mean, but it's funny for me.
I have a mean one too, so.
Okay. Well, let's do our mean presents. So this one's for Nate McKinnon.
Oh, you're giving Nate McKinnon a mean one?
Yeah. I'm getting him a gift basket full of things he absolutely would not eat.
Oh, that's a funny mean one.
Exactly. I'm going to get him like a pint of that ooey gooey butter cake ice cream that I just had the other night.
Yeah.
I'm going to get him a loaf of Wonder Bread. Just like, I just think it'd be hilarious to watch him try to be polite about it, but he would fail miserably and then just devolve into a rant about empty carbohydrates. And I don't know. I just think that would really liven up the office Christmas party at the Secret Santa gift exchange.
Yeah, I feel like he'd run away with all that high fructose corn syrup. He'd be like, I can't be near this now.
Yeah, he would just run screaming and leave like a Nate-shaped imprint through the wall.
Exactly.
I think it would be funny. So I don't know. I know it's mean, but listen, it's hard around the holidays. You have to get pleasure somewhere.
Yeah, well, you might get pleasure in my mean one because for JT Miller, I'm getting him a flaming bag of dog poop on his on his front step.
Listen, it's more generous than he deserves. And
I mean, I did put in some effort for this, so yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, no, it's more than I did. I thought about what could I get JT Miller, and I was like, nothing. He deserves nothing. So at least you thought he deserved something.
I did.
You're nicer than I am. I do have a seasonal gift for somebody on my list. I was looking through Amazon the other day and I saw beard ornaments. They're like little Christmas tree ornaments that you hang in your beard.
Gibbets for your beard?
Yes, like croc gibbets for your beard. And I just thought Radko Gudas could really use some festive beard ornaments.
Yeah, well, the birds inside his beard will be very excited to have some decoration on the outside.
I know, right? It'll be really festive and charming. So
Yeah.
I thought that would be really nice.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Beard ornaments?
It is. And I think it's delightful.
I will say, why have we never decided to decorate beards like that?
Well, Amazon is on top of it now, apparently.
Yeah.
So sadly, I think your beard is too short for these beard ornaments.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm going to put any ornaments on my beard, but
Maybe next year.
maybe next year. Maybe when I go full mountain man.
All right. Good to know.
I guess I do have one that is more esoteric, but I'm going to get Mitch Marner like an Uno reverse card or like a do-over card of some variety so he can just like maybe make a different decision with his life.
I think you might have to get him a deck of those cards, like a deck of reverse cards. But like, I don't know, I don't think he needs to go back to the Leafs because God, it seems miserable there too.
No, don't go back.
Yeah, it's honestly, can I tell you, I kind of forgot Mitch Marner existed.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think that might be good for him. I think maybe he likes that.
Well, he was hoping for that, I believe.
I think he was. I think right now everyone's still talking about how much the Leafs suck and how much they hate them. And nobody's talking about Mitch Marner anymore.
Mitch Marner can definitely walk down the street in Vegas and not get recognized because he just looks like
he looks like a Midwestern tourist.
Right? He sure does. So.
He really does. So no, I really think everything's probably fine for Mitch Marner, whoever that is. No, I really truly had forgotten about his existence until just now, which is wild.
Yep.
So good for him, I guess. Congratulations. Your team is so terrible, morally that I forgot you were on it.
Yeah. Interesting.
So that's something, when you were on the Leafs, everyone thought you were the problem. And now it's like your team is so problematic, nobody knows you're there.
Right.
So I guess that's one way to be invisible.
Yeah.
Maybe he's really an evil genius all along.
Maybe. Probably not.
Probably not. I don't think he is. Speaking of Canadian players, okay, he's not actually Canadian. He's German.
What a great segue that was.
Well, it's funny because he's German, but he just reads so Canadian to me. It's Leon Draisaitl.
I knew you were going to get him a present.
I'm getting him a carton of cigarettes.
Hell yeah, you are.
Just because that picture of him smoking the cigarette at his wedding brings me such delight. And I don't know, just the way that the Edmontons have been doing, it's very up and down. I just think we could use more pictures of bitchy Leon smoking a cigarette and looking exhausted. And I think he should do it on the ice. Like, I'd love to just see him making impossible shots from his office with a cigarette dangling out of his mouth.
Yeah.
I think that would be a Christmas present for everybody.
Yeah.
To enjoy.
Do you have a specific brand in mind?
Honestly, I was thinking Marlboro Reds personally.
That would be.
But then I was like, he'd probably smoke something weird in German.
Right. My first thought was Gauloise, but maybe he's just a Pall Mall kind of guy.
Oh, that could be too.
Anyway.
What about clove cigarettes?
Ooh, no.
No, too fancy.
No, that's too. Well, I also got a Colorado Avalanche present for Makar. As you know, I once worked with a man who was very into lawn care.
Yes, I am familiar with that man.
Yes.
And as we know, Kel Makar is very into lawn care.
Yes. This man would possibly I don't know if Cale Makar is like into lawn care as much as he was. Like he was the Karen that's calling the HOA when your grass is 1.5 inches and it's supposed to be 1 inch. Like,
Yes.
But at one point he bought himself a push lawnmower that was of the highest quality. I don't know where he got this thing. This was back in like 2012, and he spent like $600 or $700 on this push lawnmower. It was like precision engineered. It was like made by like the Amish or something. I do not know what it was, but he talked about that thing for weeks, about how smooth it was and how all his grass was even, and what a great purchase he had made. And for 2 weeks at lunch, like, we all heard about his fucking push lawnmower, and I think Makar would appreciate it.
Based on everything I know about him, yes, he would absolutely love that. I mean, this is the same guy that you worked with who had cut his lawn with scissors, just to be clear about the level of insanity he is.
Oh yeah,
lawn. So
he had shears for trimming up various patches of grass. Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, no, I don't know if Makar could possibly be that bad, but I think that he would certainly appreciate,
the craftsmanship of that particular lawnmower.
Absolutely.
I love that. I think that would be great. I think he really would appreciate it. I only have one more gift on my list.
Okay.
Do you have any more?
Yeah, I can let me just burn through some of these. I wrote down Austin Matthews and I didn't come up with anything. So I'm just going to get him like an Amazon gift card or something. He can get himself something. I also wrote down, I want Torts to get a job with Juffalo. So apparently I can't spell buffalo. I think Juffalo is pretty funny.
Okay. It's like where the juggalos go.
Okay, so my final actual real one. So we watched they've been doing a bunch of like Winter Classic bumpers or something.
Yes.
Road to the
Winter Classic.
Sure.
Kind of snippets.
And Rempe was in there.
Yes, he was.
And he was very delightful. I feel like his personality has kind of bloomed like Bedard's has this year.
Yeah, for sure. He seems to have some depth.
Yep. And, he's got a guitar, by the way, which is Gibson gave him. It's a J200. That's the perfect guitar for him. I'm very happy for him. However, the man has a bed that he does not fit in.
Yes, that is accurate.
I'm getting that. It looks like an IKEA futon, like a real, like the cheapest one you could get too. Like it converts into the couch and it's like a full size, and he is a Colossus size.
Right. He does need something better to sleep on. Okay, well, my last gift is for Mikko Rantanen. I am getting him a giant inflatable bubble so that he doesn't accidentally injure anybody else this season.
Oh, that's nice.
I truly don't think he's a malevolent person, but he is at minimum reckless, as I've described. And while it's not always necessarily his fault, people have gotten injured as a result of him flinging himself around. So we put him in a giant inflatable ball. It'll almost act as like a force field against, injuring other people on the ice. Like it'll protect the people when he decides to go all Calamity Rantanen mode on them. So I think it'll be really good for image rehabilitation too, because it's really hard to think a man is evil and nefarious when he is just bubble boy on ice.
Yeah.
So yeah, just imagine, just close your eyes and picture it for a minute.
Well, I have, and what I'm picturing is like those giant balls that you get inside and they roll down hills and like reality shows and shit.
Yes.
And like he's going to get hurt inside that thing because he falls down so much and he's going to be rolling around.
Well, we're going to have to figure out something with the skates. Like the skates need to be on the outside, maybe.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be an issue.
It is definitely going to be an issue.
But the comic potential is endless.
No, it absolutely is. And I think that, that could be funny. Him just kind of running around the ice rink like a hamster or something. It's going to really affect his stick handling, but I think that he's probably got the skills to, do something okay with it.
I think so too. And at the end of the day, hockey is secondary. What really matters is how funny things are. And Mikko Rantanen in a giant inflatable bubble is peak comedy as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So that's all I want this Christmas is hockey players in giant plastic bubbles for my entertainment. And I don't think that that's asking too much.
You could get him one of those like sumo fat suits.
I guess that would work too, but it just wouldn't be as funny.
No, it wouldn't be as funny.
But sumo hockey is maybe the next big sport. So let's get on that.
I'm going to get on the trademark for that one.
I think that's our next goal.
Sumo, our next goal.
Oh no. All right. I did not mean it like that, but that means it's time to wrap up. That is the end of regulation for this week's episode of Ice is Slippery. You can find us on Tumblr, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Instagram at iceisslipperypod. You can also email us at iceisslipperypod@gmail.com, where we would love to get suggestions for games and hear your hockey hot takes. Until next week, stay out of the penalty box.